and it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul. Turn on the TV to Power Rangers. Now it's morphin' time, I'm ready to go.
And we're back. Where are we back from? We're back from the grave to talk about this new movie. What's it called? Pet Semetary. It's not called Pet Semetary. What is it called? Wait, what's it called? Pet Semetary? Well, they spelled it wrong. My God. We're here for the spoiler review of this movie. We're going to get into it, right into it, because there's a lot to talk about with this movie. Of course, it's a remake from the movie that came out whenever it came out years ago. Chuck has never seen it. I saw it, at least 80% of it. So we got some different perspectives on how this movie went and how it compares to the others. And of course, since Us came out recently, we're going to compare this as well. Go ahead. What do you want to say about this movie?
Oh, so yeah. This movie was like classic horrible parenting. It's horrible parenting. It's like starting at the beginning when they first...
Real quick, which parents are worse? The parents in this movie or the parents in A Quiet Place?
I would say this movie just because these are The Quiet Place is pretty bad. No, The Quiet Place, because they had a long time to prepare for this type of stuff. Like they had weeks and months of seeing years, because the baby wasn't even born yet. So no. Was he around? No, anyways. Yeah, they had a long time to prepare for aliens killing people. Like this time, they just kind of walked into something. They didn't think nothing was going to happen. But
before that, like the little boy walking at the end of the family in A Quiet Place, I think that's the ultimate.
That was ultimate. That was pretty horrible. But this is pretty bad too. This is pretty bad. Like she allowed this to happen a few times. Like first of all, the girl was not in school. You know, I'm like, is it summer vacation? She's at the house and basically just allowing her just to run in the woods and don't really check and like, hey, what was the little girl's name? Bella or something?
Ellie,
yeah. So
Ellie.
She was like, Ellie, come down and get some lunch, Ellie. Checking on Ellie like you ain't heard her in like 30 minutes. She literally just ran in the woods, like a mile in the woods, someplace to some cemetery y'all got with animals getting buried. And the first red flag is, I think it's 15 minutes into the movie when you see little kids with a wheelbarrow and a dead animal with mask on. They don't say hi to you. They don't act like little kids at all. They just look very scary, and they walk past with a dead animal in a wheelbarrow. I'm like, bro, we moving. Just go ahead and pack that up. We stay in the hotel. Ain't no kids walking past my yard with dead animals with masks on, and we about to stay here. Nope. See, that's a black family. Real quick, we were like, yep, time to go. Time to go. Go pack your stuff up. We'll call the mover people to come bring our stuff right back to Boston. We'll deal with Boston and their craziness before we come dealing with some kids in the woods. Sorry, we know that. We know that story. But like I can't get past like the mom just not caring where the little daughter was, and the neighbor, some old white guy, like finds your daughter out in the middle of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not good, guys. I mean, she was pretty panicked when she walked out. So, oh my gosh! But then the next scene, you see the little girl going to give him cookies at his house, going into the man's house, walking around looking at stuff. I'm like, did she not have a talk with her daughter at all? Like, right. My kids would have known not to go out this yard again if they did it the first time. So I was like, man, this is getting stupid. So, but other than that, once I got past that point, Dad in me was just like flipping out. But once I got past that point, I was just like, I kind of get involved in the story, trying to figure out where it was going with everything. Like, is somebody gonna die? What's this movie about? Because I didn't see the original. So I like how quick paced they jump right into it with the father having, he wants a more slow paced lifestyle at the campus. And then next day he has somebody that gets, I guess, hit by a car and his brain's sitting there bulging out his head. He has to try to save the guy. and that just like really like starts the downfall to everything. Like, I guess one thing while I'm talking to you, what was the connection that he had with that man? Like, why did he just
go ahead?
I was like, why did he just see him right after, like, he died? Like, they was already working on him. The father was already working on him with seeing dead people.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, as far as the reason, the only thing I can imagine is the fact that he tried to save him. So the black kid, came back. Hey, you tried to save me. But as far as like why they were connecting,
I think after you just said it, you answered my question because I remember, what's his name? Oh God, Jude.
Yeah, Jude. Sure.
When he was saying, he said, if the forest feeds off your grief. So maybe because he couldn't save him, he had the grief, and that's when it started to like start manifesting the the scary stuff. People showing up, looking at you, talking to you, and everything. Because they want you to come out there to put the people on the ground so it can make them come back to life and kill everybody. I'm assuming that I'm just putting that together on the spot, people. I'm just figuring that out.
It's live and direct.
Live and direct. But I do like that they don't leave you kind of on one part of the timeline. You see like different things happening with the family, like the birthday. I think the kind of the moving the house, basically getting friends. So you see that they've been there for a little while. They're like little time, like I think the Halloween, they go trick or treating. So you see certain things that fall. Because the first one I was looking at, I thought like everything was like in like the first week, but then I was like, oh wow. So it just jumps time for like a couple months here, and you kind of see them settle down.
We don't know that. I mean, they could have got there in 1 week, and Halloween could have been Thursday, and the birthday could have been.
It made you feel that way in the movie.
I didn't feel that.
Where all these people come to this little girl's birthday party from? They don't know her. His parents out there just recruiting families. Hey, you got a kid? You want to come to my kid's birthday party? I'm new in town.
No, they were from Boston. He said we can bring in our friends from Boston.
Oh, I must have missed that part. I thought those were people from the town. My bad. Maybe it wasn't a week. I'm gonna cut all this out.
The little kid with the drum and the dead animal.
Those only kids around. I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna fight those kids. It's like we need y'all to drive down from Boston. We need y'all to drive down from Boston. And this is a spoiler review. I'm just like going on rants. The part once they put the cat in the ground, it's just like what. Like, dude didn't tell him anything. Jude didn't tell him a thing. Like, Jude was like, oh, does she really care about the cat? And he was like, well, yeah. Come with me. I'm like, you don't want no more. Well, I don't want her to feel sad. So you're going to make her a demon cat to make her feel happy? I'm like, you know the results of this, Jude. Like, it's not something you don't know already. They don't come back the same. But I thought it would be different because my dog was already upset and mean. I thought the cat was nice. I'm like, so Jude to me was just, I don't know. He had a whole different type of mission. So I was glad he got his at the end of the movie because he was down there just messing people up just by trying to be friendly and then end up destroying their whole life. I'm glad he got messed up. And that cat, man, that cat was a creepy cat. If I see a cat like that, I don't know if I'm gonna swerve and miss him. I was like, I'm not gonna run him down. I'm not gonna run down. People don't come at me. But then that scary cat. If he's out on the road looking at me like that, he might just have to get it. I ain't stopping to talk to him.
Right.
Now, real quick. And I thought the mother. I did not like the mother. I understand why she was paranoid, but to me, she kind of like, okay, you had all this time to kind of grow up over this moment. It's like, your kids, you got to be a parent. You got to be able to tell your kids something. Like, I mean, you had a tragic experience happen to you when you were about 9, but I don't think that should have really scarred her from not being able to move past it and maybe tell her kid about death and, afterlife and all those type of things. She was just kind of like, I can't tell them anything. I'm never going to be able to tell them anything. I just have a bad problem with it. So her crying every 5 seconds anytime death appeared was kind of aggravating me. And like, you're like 30-something years old. Like, grow up, please. And like, I don't know, she just irked me. So I wasn't mad that she got hers at the end either.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, have you ever murdered your sister through a dumb waiter? I mean, I don't know how you would feel about that.
And we all know she planned that too, so she should have been happy. She set a trap like if somebody sets a trap for an animal in the woods. Like, I'm gonna dig this hole and put lightly hay over it and put like a stake on here, so the animal just go to the stake and fall in and die. Like, that's basically what she did to her sister. Like, yeah, I'm gonna press this button. I know I shouldn't, but she's scary, and I don't really like. I want her room anyway. My room is too small, and bow. That was it. All sitting there looking at it. So, you know, it has a lot of those moments. And it's like, why? Why are y'all doing this? But that's just how horror movies are. So I guess, you know, we have to deal with them. Outside of those little hiccups, the story was pretty good. And I did enjoy the film after I got past some of those major hiccups. I'm like, okay, this does make sense. If my daughter died or something like that, I would be devastated. And I maybe try to do anything. I wouldn't go that far to go in the woods digging up and putting her in barrier so she can come back alive, because I knew that cat was already crazy and I ain't gonna do it to my kid, because then I gotta take out the kid. Like, you can't even take out the cat, so what you gonna do with the kid? You know what I'm saying? But did he think that through? It's like, you couldn't kill the cat when the cat was killing people, so if you got a kid, now you gotta kill your kid. Like, but he was just too much. He just wanted his daughter back. Whatever, man.
You know, all your kids be bad. They just be bad. Yeah, they're just bad.
They probably come back good. well, this was like, oh wow, this is completely different. So they come back opposite of what they were. I said, I love my kids. Y'all ain't bad. I do give them another stop.
That is hilarious.
Be all well mannered.
Wow.
What about you?
Oh man, yeah, I thought it was a decent movie. I really like I talked about in the non-spoiler review, I like how they subverted my expectations. I always like that, because my big thing is I've seen so many movies, like I know what's going to happen. So as soon as you see, you know, that truck, and then you see kids running around, particularly the little boy, I was like, yeah, that boy, he's about to get straight destroyed. It's going to be bad. And then when you see him run out there, it's like, here he comes. He's about to be murdered, and then he's going to be the one that's killing everybody. And then the dad saves the little boy. You're like, oh, I didn't see that. Ooh, I did not see that coming. And she just, little girl got it. Like, okay, all right, I see what you did.
Did you notice, real quick, you notice the little girl when she was talking to her mom, talking about, you didn't help me at all out there?
Yeah.
Because I saw the mom, I'm like, why is the mom just sitting all over here? I'm like, there was the girl still under the truck, and like she just couldn't see it. But she was like, the girl's over there in the woods, and like, you chilling over here, like, I can't bear this. I'm scared.
It's like, death. Bro. I can't. It's death.
Like, your child just died. You can't even try to save her. Like, yeah, I see why she came and was coming after mommy. That was cold blooded.
I kind of felt like they missed an opportunity right there as well, because when she said that, like, you didn't try to help me, what I thought they were going to do is flash back to that scene, and you can see the dad saving the son, but the mom is about to try to save the daughter, but she stops short. Like, maybe she's scared of her own life, and so she could have saved the daughter, but then she stops short. You know, she fails. And that's part of the reason why the daughter hates her, you know, but they decided not to do that. I just thought that would have added a little extra bit of tension, you know, to everything that happened. Particularly, it also would have made sense to some extent why the mother was so not happy that the daughter was back, because it's like she allowed her to die, you know, but in this situation, I thought it was kind of weird. I'm just trying to think, like, yeah, the dad was happy that she's back, you know, but the mom was not happy that she's back at all. And I'm just trying to think, like, how would people really react to that situation? Like, would you really be like, oh my God, this is a monster that you have? Or would the fact that this is your child overwhelm that first? And only after that, then you would say, wait a second, what the heck is that? I mean, because you could look at that as a curse, but you could also think this is a miracle. I mean, honestly, think about it.
Jesus did it.
Yeah, Jesus did it. Exactly.
They weren't freaking out. Well,
Right.
they were freaking out and praising. I mean, dude was up in there for how long?
They just left that part out the Bible. Like, whoa, whoa,
Woo!
bro.
Did we just
What
put you in
doing?
that too? You stinking.
Yeah, but like if the music had been different, that scene could have been like beautiful. Like it could have been like, oh my God, my daughter's back. How did you do this? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me see here. But I really also like the twist about the whole family dying. Like I didn't see that coming initially, and then when he was fighting the daughter, I was like, wait a second, like okay, so they actually are going to go with that. And then sure enough, he got that big trope that you see in all the movies. Oh, how hard is it to stab somebody through the chest like that? Anyway, I mean, my bone is pretty strong. I don't know.
I would think it. I mean, it's hard. Like when you try to stab a piece of chicken, you're like, you just don't get all the way through to the bone. That's a piece of chicken. So it's like you got a huge person.
Yeah. Bro, I'll be straight like taking like the microwave food out of the package and it's covered up and you got to vent it. And I'm like trying to take my finger like, you know what I mean? It don't go through. So I mean, you talk about stabbing somebody, I don't know. But yeah, I liked it overall. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say about it. I really liked it once it got to the scene where the girl died. That's when it kind of kicked in. It was more interesting. I thought the daughter did a decent job. There's sometimes when she was a little over top with like the eyes going all over the place. But
I did think her acting was a little over top sometimes.
Yeah.
When she was dead. I kind of felt that too.
I mean, she wasn't as good as your boy, the little boy from Us. Now he was on top of that stuff.
That's what I said. It was kind of bad because I'm like after seeing Us a week or two ago, I was like, you see you're judging the children acting now. I was like, well, he was a completely different. Yeah, and we just saw this from another movie with the death and the one that's alive. I was like, yeah, she should have watched this movie first before she went and did this, but.
The similarities are interesting with all of them driving, out someplace in the woods. The black families listen to music. The white family, I don't know what the heck they were doing. They just, okay. Some differences in how we handle situations. Yes, taking the dude out to the woods. I don't know if you talked about this or not. Why he went with that? Yes, I barely know you, bro.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we gotta do this at night. Take care of this tonight. It's like, no, I'll do this tomorrow when I can see.
Right, exactly. I mean,
this cat will stay in this trash bag behind the house until tomorrow.
Exactly. Worst case scenario, I get lost out in the woods. Okay, if you know about the woods, it doesn't look like it looked where they were. Like when there's no light, it's just black. Yeah. Where's the light coming from? Like the moon? I mean, I guess if it's a full moon, other than that, yeah, it's black, bro. It's dark.
That was definitely the biggest thing with me. Was like, yeah, that's definitely a difference between white people and black people. Because black people are not gonna trust you to go in no woods in the middle of the night. Sorry, bro. Right. Not happening.
And you've been out here living by yourself for years, and we just moving out here. And second thing. Not only could I get lost, you might just come out there and kill me. Why would I trust you? Like, nah, bro, we come out. We can do it tomorrow during the day. Number 3, you're not going to give me any explanation. It's like, don't bury the cat here. Follow me. Why? Just tell me why. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. No protest. Like, first of all, he had to climb over the whole beaver dam thing over there. I'm like, nah, I would have got to that thing like, nah, bro, I'm just gonna do this right here. I'm tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm ready to go. I don't really care about this damn cat. So
then he gotta walk through the swamp. What? Why?
And then I was turning around.
Then I gotta bury the cat up there, and I have to do it myself. You have to do it yourself. Why?
He did not ask any questions.
Yeah. He only said, only we're doing is burying this cat, right? Yep, that's all we're doing. Bull, bro. What is really going on now? None of that. I tell you, we need to have a movie where somebody avoids all the things that could have happened.
It ain't gonna be a horror movie. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen because like beginning of the movie, the first thing that move in the house, they were like, "All right, time to go. You got demons up in here. Time to dip out." So yeah, we ain't need clothes. We ain't been closed for a couple of days yet. We can go ahead and renew this. Get this taken care of with the bank. I'm out.
I thought it was really interesting that the sister, like the sister of the mom, actually really has nothing to do with the movie, like at all. It's actually like its own separate horror movie that's kind of happening on the side. It didn't have anything to do with anything. She didn't bury the sister in the pet cemetery.
Nope. It's just the horror that's up in her mind. I guess we just got to see what traumatizes this wife. Like to me, this wife should not be a stay-at-home wife. You need to go get a job, do something to keep your mind off of stuff. Because you got idle time, it's definitely gonna be the devil's playground for you. You got your dang sister coming out your bathroom mirror. I'm like, come on now. Like, you got too much time by yourself. You need to fill it with some people.
So I thought about my married friends right there during that. Let me see here. What happened? When the cat was on the bed, right? And then right after the cat was on the bed, then she has the dream about her sister, right? And then right after that, she's like, when the husband sees her, he's like, we should have moved out here. I'm thinking about all my married friends. It's like, okay, we just paid all this money. I quit my job. I did all this. And the cat was on the bed and you had a bad dream and we should leave? Like, really?
Like some therapy. That's what we need to put the money in some therapy for your tail. Stop being crazy.
Exactly.
Sorry your sister died. Sorry you killed her, but good gosh.
Sorry you killed your sister, right. Let me see here. I guess I just got two things. I'm going to shut up here. First of all, the father did not seem like a medical professional at all when his daughter died. Like, okay, like you have really built up the fact that you are a doctor, but your daughter is lying over there. It's not like the truck obliterated her. Like, it's not like arms and legs all over the place. Like, she's laying on the ground. You know, she didn't have any open wounds that you could see. So the first thing he did was come and scoop her up in his arms. I would have thought as a medical professional that sees that all the time, I get the emotion stuff, but I feel like saving her life would have kicked in even more than that. I know the first thing you don't do if somebody's been in an accident like that is try to move them because you're going to hurt them even more potentially. Secondly, I didn't see him like try to take her pulse. Like in every other movie that you see, if it's a medical professional, they're like, "Are you there? Come on, Allie!" Like, he's
trying to get her to come on.
Come on.
He did more for the dude when that got hit by the car than he did for his own daughter.
Yeah, he's like, he just rolled up. She's dead.
Next scene.
Exactly. And the last thing is a little tweak is the fact that when the mom and dad are talking, and they're like, the fact that they've never talked about like religion. It seems weird. Like they've got a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they've been married for a while, and they've never talked about religion or resurrection or any of that type of stuff. It's like, it just seemed like when she acted, she said, what did she say? So you don't believe in such and such and the other? Like, yeah, we've been married for 9 years. Yeah, you know this.
Yeah.
They could have just worded that a little bit better, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, real quick, as we get ready to close out here, compare it to Us, Chuck. What's the differences? Which one is better?
Which one is better? That should not be a question. Us is way better. Us has everything in it. This was like, you know, you didn't have all the ingredients to make a good horror movie or a good movie in general. So you had certain parts of the ingredients and you just tried to make something with that. So it had certain points in that were good. Just comparing the two, I guess just having the different mind games that you had in Us. It was very complex, the story. And it had a lot of horror. It made you think a lot more. This one did make you think basically about grief and letting go, and is that good or not good, like what could come upon it. And I guess it kind of gave you an example of if you make the wrong, like you continue to hold on to things and never move on, they're going to be your downfall. That's kind of what I got out of it. No matter what the loss is, you have to be able to forgive it and move on to get over your life and move on and have a successful life. With Us, to me, it was more decision wise, like, okay, if I guess Us was a different type of movie because it had so many twists in it, and you didn't really understand everything until the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. So it was a more complex story. Like this one was kind of like you could kind of see everything kind of coming. It wasn't anything that was kind of unknown about the movie. Once the cat came back alive, you kind of knew what was going to happen. Like you kept seeing those kids run. Oh, you figured somehow was going to happen to one of those kids, and the dad's going to basically bury the kid, and the kids will come back, and then all hell's going to break loose. Like that was what I understood when I saw the cat come back. So I'd say the stories are just one's very simple, has a simple message to it, and the other one's very complex, and you continue to get more and more and more out the movie, so it makes it funner to watch. They all have scary parts. Definitely the acting is superb I was about to say Get Out, but in Us, the acting for the main characters are like, I mean, you see the dad on this one, and then you compare that to Lupita on Us. It's like you can see completely different skill levels of acting when it comes to a movie. Like you can feel everything she felt in all the movies, in her movie, and then with his. So that was one big thing that I noticed. Other than that, they had I guess it's probably all I can really think about right now. I have to really kind of go through Us, but those are the notable differences I could see in it.
For me, I also agree that Us was a better movie, and one of the main things I like the fact that you see more of a transition with the characters in Us, and what I mean by that is that at the beginning of Us, it's a happy family. Like they're happy, like they're talking to each other, they're snapping off beat, they're singing about marijuana. They're just having a great. They're going to the bathroom at the beach, getting lost. But overall, they're having a good time. And it's not until you get to the scene with the family outside that's when everything switches and it becomes dark from there. With this movie, you never really see that. Like, yeah, they're happy for like literally 5 minutes. They're happy as long as they're in the car. But as soon as they get out of the car, the little girl runs in the woods and there's kids walking and the music starts playing and the music never stops playing. It's like it never stops that the entire movie. So you never see the descent of this happy family going to this really dark place. I mean, you do see, but it's not as happy as it could have been, So by comparison, I think Us is a much better like that because I think Us draws you in a little bit more with that, even though emotionally I think you'd be drawn in a little bit more with Pet Semetary because like you said, the story is compelling. What would you do in this type of situation? But Us, I think, is definitely the superior movie. So if you like what we did, then make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment. Which movie did you think was better? Was it Us or was it Pet Semetary? Whatever you think. As usual, you got to subscribe to the vibes. This, of course, is Color Commentary, where we never should have given you views from another side, but we did.
And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Project. That's the only